Hello, Springfield families. We're almost here. School is about to begin. September 8th, everyone should be ready to roll. Online learners, in-person learners. Today's message is going to be a few things. Some clarifying points, some things that you'll find helpful, some differences between online and in-person, as well as talking about arrival and dismissal, and some truths that you need to hear. So here we go. Starting on Tuesday, the 8th, we will begin on a gray schedule. And for 2 days, Tuesday and Wednesday, we'll run a short homeroom period. Online learners, please disregard this online section as this is passing out schedules to in-person learners. There is an email sent that shows you the adjusted times that take the blocks from 93 minutes down to 89 minutes. And everyone will have the classes periods 2, 4, 6, and 8 on Tuesday. And on Wednesday, we'll be following the red schedule corresponding to the calendar that you got, and everyone will have blocks 1, 3, 5, and 7. And we'll also follow that homeroom schedule, so things will be off just a little bit and shorter blocks of 89 minutes. Now, another thing to be helpful to in-person learners is this. In our traffic patterns, here's a good way to understand it. There's one-way traffic as you go around the roundabout, and on the bottom floor, it works as you think it should, where you're on the right going down the hallway, and then as you come back to the rotunda, you're on the left. However, on the top floor, to make it make sense, the roundabout has to go the other direction, and therefore, up top, it's like you're in England. I'm trying to be funny a little bit, but you'll travel down the hall on the left, and you'll come back to the rotunda on the right. This is in order to make it make sense as we connect two roundabouts on the bottom and top floors. So again, that's a helpful hint for when you get here. Let's talk about some other things that are important to note. Namely, in this building right now, there are less electives than we've had in the past. This is part for two reasons. The main reason is we have less teachers than we've had before. And the teachers that we have now are spread out thinner, teaching more sections, but we have to get the required classes in, so there are less electives. I need to tell you the truth right here. If things don't change come November 4th and you don't get out to make your voice heard, this will even be more of the case. And I'll just let you know that truth, because this is not what I want for our kids, and I'm sure it's not what you want for our kids. So I'm telling you, there are more study halls here than I would love to have. And so in this procedure, I'm trying to think of any and every way to keep your students safe. And so this is one thing that I have come up with that I want to share with you. Once you look at your student's schedule, and they officially get their schedule here in person on Tuesday morning, if they have a first period, which would correspond to a red day, or a second period, which corresponds to a gray day, and they have an academic assist, that's what I call study halls. If they have that class, then if it works for you on your end, I'm telling you it works for me on my end, that you could bring them late to school on those days, and we won't count it against you. We have to get a form from you filled out, and we'll provide the form on what that is, and we'll get that passed out on day one, and that way we can spread out our arrival. In the same way, if your son or daughter has a study hall that's 7th period, that'd be on a red day, or 8th period on a gray day, I would also allow parents to come and get their sons and daughters early and fill out the form and let me know the way they're getting to school or the way they're getting home. And as long as you and I are in agreement that this is what you want for them, that you could come and get them and they wouldn't not have to sit in their study hall at the end of the day. Again, this will allow us to spread out our dismissal and make traffic patterns less. Now, I'm talking arrival and dismissal, so let me remind you, in the front of this building is bus drop-off and pickup. So in drop-off and pickup, at the end of the day, I cannot have any cars out front of door A. And we're going to show you a picture. The buses will be lined like this. And so parent drop-off and pickup is in the back of the building, and that's outside door L. And there's a nice little hook that you come down. So you enter in off of Sanitarium, don't enter off Canton Road, Sanitarium, wait in the line and pick up. But if we can spread out our arrivals and dismissals, that might be best for everyone. It'll keep the line shorter. It'll make sure that less people are trying to leave at one time. So I'm all about trying to keep your sons and daughters safe. Please note that I'm sorry that we have more study halls than we've had in the past. And this is in part for a couple of reasons. So I'm asking you to consider your position as this election comes up here November 4th and what you're going to do with the information from Springfield local schools. With that said, we want to have a great start to the year. Everybody who came for orientation was wearing their masks. They were doing the things that they need to do. Everyone who was here could tell you we've done everything we can in classrooms to social distance. We have cleaning protocols in place, cafeteria and classrooms. In addition, we're going to have technology throughout this building to try to make sure that our learning can be seamless if ever governor or whoever has to decide this building needs to go to remote learning. So with all those things said, I'm wishing you and yours a safe, happy Labor Day, and I'm hoping that this school year gets off to the best start it possibly can. And thank you again for being the best part of Springfield Local Schools.